everyone, this is Keri TV. If you haven't seen this channel before, this is all the ins, outs, ups, downs, latest trends, hottest deals for buying, selling, and investing in real estate in Los Angeles. Every week we bring new information and the inside track to get you the best deals and the most for your home and the best investments in Los Angeles. So subscribe below and stay tuned. News of the past month has been shocking in more ways than one, and viral, to say the least, as a trigger word. The extent of which what's really happening and what we know is hard to understand. What is the truth? What are they telling us? What are they keeping from us? It's a big global uncertainty. It is incredible to see people that you know in other countries all being impacted by one thing. It's just unbelievable hearing weddings that are being delayed, trips, of course, first world problems, but weddings, there's a lot that goes into those, as I know. Sporting events, NBA, a Formula One race was canceled, Coachella, music events, South by Southwest. These filter into people's jobs and income, and of course, there's a big question on what's going to happen. Well, we also look at the media. What are they letting through? What information is coming from the government that the media may not be allowed to tell us, so that's not being told to them? Or what are they dramatizing or sensationalizing? Because as we know, if you are going to be turning on the TV or flipping to a channel or buying that newspaper, whether it's online or not, what sells? Headlines sell, just like email subject lines make people open the email. They want to push bad news. People aren't buying good news, so to speak. So when it comes to anything, any global event, where do they go? The housing market. How does this impact the housing market? Now, obviously, I'm not a scientist or a doctor, and I'm not sure about the ins and outs of what to say about a virus. Obviously, your realtor shouldn't give you any comments on that. But when it comes to the housing market and how Los Angeles and California is impacted is something that, of course, people are asking me, people want to know. Some people are scared, some people don't care. So I thought it'd be best to share a little bit about that, right? Well, we have been here before. Think Y2K, think MERS, SARS, Zika, election year. Global events impact the market and the world. Most from all these events, it's temporary. There will be an impact, likely brief and small, but like any event and any impact, it's important to look at how it impacts you, your family, your personal life, your financial security, and your financial future and plan. Mansion Global reported today that throughout the chaos of the information of the coronavirus, that most buyers are not holding back on moving forward. There's about 21% of buyers who are holding off during this time, but close to 100%, 80% of people are still out there trying to do something. In the past 2 weeks, they haven't really been affected by the news. On properties that we are representing or on properties that our clients are buying, there are still multiple offers on them. We had one in Sherman Oaks that had 15 offers, two in Inglewood, both had 20 offers on them. We had a property in Santa Monica that had over 40. So the market is still moving. There may be, like I said, 20% of those buyers who are not moving forward on a particular property. There's still 80% of people still there. So think about the video I did about California housing shortage. Sure, there's a pause. And statistically speaking, when these things happen, you do see a lull in the market, roughly 5%. There have been some cases where it's been closer to 10, but this creates a huge opportunity market. Now, in some cases, some of the sellers that we're working with are not wanting to list right now because they're worried about taking a small hit during this time. Buyers are worried about prices going down. In all reality, with the unaffordability in Los Angeles and in California, it wouldn't be terrible if there was a little bit more inventory and a little bit more room on these prices. However, I really don't see that happening based on these numbers and based on the demand that's happening. Uncertainty is a very hard time to make a real estate decision. Heck yes, I understand that. It's very uncomfortable deciding if you're buying a big property, if you're making a big purchase when the world is quarantined and people are canceling everything. Uncertainty is the hardest factor when it comes to making these decisions. However, looking at your personal situation, look at the worst case scenario. How does this impact you? How does this impact your family and your financial plan? Talk with your experts. Talk to them about what really will happen or what they think or what advice they have. As in these times, we see a small dip and we see it happen for maybe 2 or 3 months and then things go on as normal. So in a lot of ways, this is, not in a lot of ways, but in a major way, this is a huge opportunity market for people who are out there trying to make a real estate decision. It is a great opportunity to invest. It's a great opportunity to buy a second home or to finally get something under contract if you've been writing offers for a while. And also, when you think about the hype of this and the hysteria, I'm not saying it's over exaggerated. It is very important that we listen to what the government is saying about being safe and extra sanitizing and all that. By the way, I have a stockpile of toilet paper at our rental house. I might have shorted the toilet paper. I was just thinking about this morning. But if you think about, if people are worried about the market and nobody's buying, so people take a step back from buying, when do they decide to buy again? When everybody else is buying, therefore increasing the shortage of housing and driving up prices. So if you think about moving with the masses and how that could negatively impact you and the cost of waiting if you are in the position that you're trying to buy right now, that's what you really need to be focusing on. So I'm seeing business going on as usual. All the agents I'm speaking to are seeing the same thing. There are certain places that are falling out of escrow. They're going to the backup buyer. Maybe instead of 10 offers, there's 7 or 8. There are people taking a pause, but for the most part, things are absolutely cranking. You're just doing it wearing your underwear, sitting at home because the office is closed, right? So the moral of the story is that during these times, interest rates can go down because of the stock market, because of investors buying back into the yield and how the treasury bond impacts the mortgage rates. So the house that you're looking at that is $1 million just became $900,000, maybe even $800,000 if you were looking more than a year ago. So speak to your experts and have a plan and stay sanitized. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week back on track.